So suddenly, not only do you have more motivation, and suddenly not only are you doing the things that you couldn't achieve before, but you are loving who you are, and you are loving the way you are, and you are not comparing yourself, and you're not wishing yourself to be in somebody else's shoes, and you're not wishing yourself to have a different life. And you are being true to your identity, and you are loving every bit of your identity. What happens when we find our new favorite character? We start dressing like them, we start doing our hair like them, we may even start speaking like them, we may start even taking on some of their habits, if that's like courage, if that's like standing up for their friends or defending their family, right? It's what we do for TV. So this is the way that we can accomplish our goals, because when we are being the best version of ourselves, we are telling ourselves without realizing that we are taking on the character of our best self. Everyone tells us that we can be our best selves, right? What does that even mean? Well, that means that if you say, my best self can swim a mile, then you start mimicking that character of what your best self that swims a mile would look like. I know this is effective because I used to be like this when I was a kid and when I was in middle school. And up until a big majority of my life, I think there were certain things like chemistry that shocked at my confidence and showed me, no, you really can't do everything that you think you can do. Because I would tell myself when I was a kid, like, if I want to make a bullseye, I will make a bullseye with this rock or whatever. And that's how I would become a successful runner. Because I would say, like, the best version of myself can run this 5K as fast as people 5 years older than me. And then I would do it. The best version of myself can keep up with the boys. And then I would do it in track. So us taking on who the best version of ourselves is like us mimicking and copying a movie character that we dress like, or wear our makeup like, or even act like. So if you're telling yourself, like, I really want to finish this painting, but even though I know I have the capability of doing it, I don't know how I'm gonna get myself to start it. You tell yourself that the best version of yourself would finish that painting, and she would not look back, and she would just start, and she wouldn't stop. Maybe she'd take breaks, but no longer than an hour. So if people are always telling us that we can be the best version of ourselves, then we need to say, well, I want to copy what the best version of myself would do. And you have to think of yourself like a character, because in reality, you haven't done that yet, right? So then that's just an idea of who you are, which is a completely different you, which could be a character of you. So essentially, you're creating a new identity of yourself, which is the best identity of yourself, the one that is able to accomplish and do the things that you actually want to do. This is a very powerful quote that I heard once, and it's, you do what you do because what you think of you. I used to accomplish any goal I had because what did I think of me? I thought that me would always do what the best version of myself would do. If the best version of myself would just run that race and not complain afterwards, then I would do it. Okay, so I'm super excited to share the progress of the whole telling myself, what would the better version of myself do? No, not even that. What would the best version of myself do? The best Anna wouldn't give up in this situation. The best Anna would wash the dishes without complaining. So the most fun part about experiments is looking at the results and looking at the statistics and seeing, is the evidence in correlation to your theory? And my answer is yes. So this week I have found myself full of motivation again and doing things I don't like and doing things that I do like, simply by reinstating that whole mantra, I guess. The mantra is like the repetitive thing that you tell yourself in order for yourself to like have that circular thought process. At least I think that's what it is. But anyway, I've been telling myself, like, when I want to give up or when I feel weak, I'm like, what would the best version of myself do? The best version of myself, she would do this. And then I'm suddenly motivated to want to achieve what she would do, because I want to be here. I want to be the best version of me. So if you really are determined to have your motivation back, you need to ask yourself, what would the best version of myself, for example, Andrew, do? What would the best version of myself, Jessica, do? How would the best version, Jessica, react to this situation or act in this situation? How would the best version of myself, Thomas, act when I go and pursue this? The best version of myself, Matthew. Like, I'm just listening to those generic names.
the most best version of myself, Emily, like, what is she gonna do? Like, whenever she's mad, how would the best version Emily act instead of the least version of myself now, which is like, if the least version of myself wants to be angry back to someone that treated me bad, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do the best version of myself, Emily, which would be silence and turn my face away and continue walking as if nothing happened. So the biggest example that I have for how like my theory actually worked was I recently got diagnosed with like antibodies. Basically what's happening to me is that I get really fatigued and tired because my body's attacking itself and it's attacking the good cells. Whatever, I don't really care that I have this because I have faith that I'll be healed. But point is, whenever I get tired to the point where I feel like I can't do anything, I tell myself, what would the best version of Anna do? The best Anna would not be scared. She would not be stressed that this disease, or it's not disease, malfunction is affecting her. She would not give up. She would continue to push through it. When she's so exhausted, she would still get up and do everything that she needs to do. When I don't want to do my readings or my homeworks for my summer college course, I would tell myself the best version of Anna would do it and do it now and not complain and not like get up to wander around. She would do it and get out of the way so for the rest of the day she can enjoy herself. So then once I had that thought process, I say, well, I want to be like her. She is my biggest role model right now. The best version of myself is the biggest role model. So when you do this, not only are you reinstating yourself to be a better person, but you are suddenly liking yourself, because when you achieve doing that, you suddenly say, I love who that person is. And you telling yourself that you love who that person is makes you not want to be other people, makes you not want to compare yourself to others. So suddenly, not only do you have more motivation, and suddenly not only are you doing the things that you couldn't achieve before, but you are loving who you are, and you are loving the way you are, and you are not comparing yourself, and you're not wishing yourself to be in somebody else's shoes, and you're not wishing yourself to have a different life. And you are being true to your identity, and you are loving every bit of your identity, which is the best part and the most healthy part for you. You are loving the creation that God there's a bug in my arm, that God made you to be. And you're finally believing the verse when he says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're finally believing that to be true. And I forgot to add, another thing that I was doing that's just great, I was saying stuff like, and the best version of myself would not beat herself up for not finishing her song or finishing this artwork. So it's also telling yourself the best version of yourself would not have these toxic traits on you. Like, the best version of yourself would not be putting yourself down, would not be discouraging you, would not be telling you, you suck, this and that. So I feel like that's been the best part. And when you don't do that to yourself, it's really lifting off heavy weights off of you.